Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. First things first, clean shaven, no whiskers. Hey, some of you asked me what this board is. What that is, those are mostly song lyrics that I like, that mean something to me. Funny little drawings mean something to me. It's kind of like my meditation board. So when I'm, I don't know, in a mood or whatever, I put on some music, doodle on that. So that's what that is. Okay, should you start an Airbnb in Costa Rica? Wait, okay. I'm never talking to rich people. Ever. Changes all the answers. I'm talking to people like me and you, okay? So should you start Airbnb in Costa Rica? Obviously, I can't say like yes or no, really. It's not like rental properties haven't been around, you know, forever in Costa Rica. It's not new, but Airbnb's new, you know, fairly new. The problem is that ship has sailed, my friend. You know, if you would have started 5-6 years ago, you'd probably be aces, you know, but starting now, everybody knows about Airbnb, man. The hotels here take individual shots of their rooms and put them on Airbnb. The locals, the Ticos, know about Airbnb. D'Angelo was telling me the other day that there's over 320 available rental properties on Airbnb. 320 for tuna. And that's combined with like 1,000 hotels. So the competition is fierce. Everyone knows Airbnb is like, they don't even know there's other sites almost here. Everything is an Airbnb. It's like the Vaseline of vacation rental properties. It's just synonymous. Airbnb. Now, but I have some things I think you could consider if you do want to go that route. Maybe give you a few tips for here. I don't think it should be your first source of income. If you have to have money, you got to make money from the start. I'm not sure that that's going to be your answer, because it's going to take you a minute to get up there. Just because you build it doesn't mean they're going to automatically come right away. It takes a minute. Now, please don't write me and go, Mike, you're so being stereotypical, you're so prejudiced. Man, I'm just telling you, all cultures are good with things and bad with things, or, you know, of course there's exceptions to the rule, okay? But as far as the locals or the Ticos, okay, yes, they know about Airbnb, but that's, a lot of times that's pretty much it. So they have a room in their house, they call it Airbnb. They have a house that needs worked on, they call it Airbnb. They don't necessarily know how to promote it all the time, so, you know, like, North Americans, us Canadians, you know, or Germans, we tend to have a little bit more attention to detail, you know, so we might jump over the competition of the locals a lot of the time. Not all the time, okay, but a good amount of the time. We'll probably do it a little better. So that's one. And you want to have it on all the sites, not just Airbnb. There's 5 or 6 major vacation rental home sites. You want to be on all of them, not just one, not just Airbnb, all of them. And there's even an app that controls those for you, you know, that syncs your calendars and all that. So you want to be on all of them. But you want to be on social media as well. Go get on Facebook, put your stuff on Instagram, make a video about it. It's little by little, guys. It takes a little bit of time, but once you get established, you know, it'll be working for you, but again, it's not going to be overnight. So now I would also make sure travel agencies such as me know that you have a place available, because if somebody's writing me and say, hey, I need a house in Tamarindo, well, we find the house through Airbnb. So if you have a house available, it's kind of nice that we know about it. So if you could send that information to some travel agencies that maybe you know or you can work with, that's just another route that can rent your house for you, okay? The other thing, I would say have something unique, you know, be kind of maybe unique. Like for example, D'Angelo's mountain house up by the volcano is a really nice place. And when we first started promoting it, we promoted it as a great place to see hummingbirds and other birds. You know, so what did we get? We got professional bird photographers come in there for like 3-4 days, put their white tarps up and their lights and take pictures of hummingbirds to make a book. So you can kind of fill a niche maybe, or whatever your thing is, you want to definitely promote that. For that, it was the volcano and the birds and the lushness of the surroundings. So we tried to promote that, because it's not like it was close to town or anything. So you have to find a way to promote your site as best as you can. The other thing is like know your area. So like for instance, how many people want a place close to an airport? Well, places around the airport, hotels around the airport are expensive for a reason, because they know you got to get to the airport and you got to stay someplace overnight. So that might be a good place to have like some Airbnb rentals. Just saying. But again, do your homework on your location, kind of know your competition. Okay. The other thing you can do is don't be afraid to rent it out for a longer period of time. Okay, if you sell marijuana joints, you make more money, right? But if you sell the bag, you don't have to mess with the joints. You may not make as much, but there's not. So my rental house that I rent out, my Airbnb, is right in front of here. I've had the same girl in there for 8 months. I love it. I don't make as much money, but man, I don't have to clean it every 3 days. She's there, everything is good. I don't have to stress about greeting people, worrying about my scheduling and stuff. It's really nice. Now, obviously that's hard to do during the big months, December through March, when your place is going to rent. Well, there's also downtimes, man. So sometimes you want to adjust for those. Maybe rent your place out for a couple months. You may not make as much money, but so what? Just to, pay the bills, whatever. So don't be afraid to do that. I would also, there's nothing wrong with having an expensive Airbnb. I don't want an expensive Airbnb because it comes with too high of expectations, I think. People, they start going, I'm going to write a bad review on TripAdvisor. They want everything, and there's always somebody complaining, trust me. So for me, I like the more medium to lower ends. Not like necessarily, backpackers. I mean, like my house here, it's got all the basics, 2 rooms and beds, air conditioning, Wi-Fi. It's got all that, but it's only $60 a night. Where the other house of D'Angelo's Mountain House is like 130, but the expectations are a lot higher. Cleaning's more difficult, keeping it up is more difficult. So for me, I like it more medium to low end. Now the good thing is, cleaning here, getting your place cleaned is very cheap. Labor is cheap here. All right, so that's kind of the bottom line. Yes, you could start an Airbnb. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult to get yourself established. But don't let that deter you. If you just do things, do some creative marketing, find maybe some niche stuff you can do with your place. Maybe you cater to families, whatever that is. Those would be my tips to you. So yeah, you could start an Airbnb here. Oh my God, I almost put this video up without telling you a pretty big piece of information. Cut, edit. You do not have to purchase land and buy, build a house with another house or a little room on your house or anything to do Airbnb. You can sublet an existing property you're already renting, like whether it's an apartment or a house. Now, obviously you can't do that without the consent of the owner, and you might want to make that legal. But you can do it, and it's very cost effective. You pay the rent, and then you just do your Airbnb. And if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, you're not out that much. Whew. Man, I'm so glad I got that in. Jeez. Anyway, guys, I'm Michael on TravelCostaRica.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.